When you wake up in the morning and then you make your bed and you feel like, oh, you're just ready to take on the day. And the same way, when you forget to make the bed and then it's time to go to sleep and then you get in your bedroom and you're like, oh, you feel totally depleted because you didn't do the bed. And this is just the vibe and the energy is just, that's not it. So let's talk about it. Today, I want to talk about why it's so important to refresh your space with energetic intentions and how our space, and these things, they do matter. Okay. So let's talk about it. Your physical space is a reflection of your internal energy. Now, you're going to be so tired of me and the word energy because this has to be my favorite word ever, and it's always been like that. But ever since I was a kid, I've always been obsessed with the concept of energy. And what we understand is that we are energetic beings because we are spiritual, having a human experience. Everything in this world is energy. Everything is energy. So, of course, it makes sense that, like, energy would, the way your space is crafted or whether you keep it cluttered or not would have an impact on the way the energy flows. Okay. So, that's why I wanted to talk about this episode today, why it's important to refresh your energy. We're talking about cleaning, redecorating, just overall, all of these things are practices that help you refresh the energy of your place, maintain that sacredness. Okay. So we want to live a life of intention, and that also has to reflect in your environment. So, why does energy in your space matters so much? The thing is, spaces hold emotional residue. They do. I know myself, if my table desk is cluttered, I feel like, oh my God, I can't think. I can't think. I can't do anything. I can't. Or another example would be when your sink is full of dishes. Now, the energy is not the same compared to when you just clean up everything and the sink is just empty and shining, and it's just like, ah. There's a reason why Marie Kondo, it was just like became a thing and she just blew up and it's just the whole thing. There's a reason why Feng Shui is a thing, and then we're just, all of these things because energy in our space is a big, big, big thing. Spaces hold emotional residue, things like past conversations you've had, past stress you've had, past versions of yourself. All of these things, they kind of like they linger around the energy. I know I'm just in the middle of a massive deep cleaning in my house right now and a massive decluttering my closet, everything. And oh my God, every time I remove a piece of clothing in my closet, like some outfit I've been carrying for like years. Yeah, I know they're a favorite, but I'm like, why? I get it, the whole like minimalism, but we need to strike a balance. And every time I remove an article and I'm like, let me put it in the box, let someone else wear this, let someone else give it a new life. I feel like, I just lost weight. I'm like 10 pounds lighter. So all of these things is like, it really does matter. A cluttered space can feel emotionally heavy. I know that is 1000% true for me. So that's why we need to refresh our space with intention, so we can invite clarity, we can invite flow, we can invite peace. So, when exactly do you need to refresh your space? Well, this is like a personal thing. You decide when you want to refresh your space. But I find there are some major, turning point in life where it's a great idea to do like a refresh. These things could be like seasonal shifts, like we all know the whole like spring cleaning thing, winter, when summer's coming, those major like seasonal shifts is always a great thing. When the season is shifting, we see it as a cue. All right, let's do a little like, shifting around the house. Could be also after transition. It's a nice time to refresh your space. Things like breakups, moving, or if you've gone through like a major healing, like a major dark night of the soul. Ooh, I've gone through a couple of these lately. I feel you. If you're going through that, my love, Right now, I'm sending you so much love. Okay, but refreshing your space can be such a great way to bring that new energy into your life and your heart. And I'm telling you, it's just that little thing that we don't realize how much impact it has, but it does. I can't stop staring at my place right now, and I'm like, wow, I removed everything. I did like a dramatic decluttering, and I'm looking and I'm like, wow, I feel so much lighter. And another time is when the space feels off. It's just literally talking to you when things feel stagnant, the energy feels uninspiring. It just, it could be a time. And also when you stepping into a new version of yourself, like new you, new version. Just it's a nice way, both like ritualistic as like I am now really stepping into a new version of myself, but also in terms of like energetic, it's a great thing to do. So some ways that you can refresh your space energetic. The thing is, it doesn't even have to be like a huge dramatic way. It could be simple ways like opening your windows. Right now it's too hot outside, I can't open my windows as much, but I noticed a big difference before when the temperature was cooler, and I would open my the door to my balcony, and oh my god, I swear I would automatically notice the difference. So don't underestimate opening your windows. I feel like that's something that our parents, our grandparents knew, because like I don't think I ever, like my grandmother would always open the windows, and it's just like it's very important. You can play soft music, let the light in, burn herbs like palo santo, sage, lavender, of course like ethically sourced, because this is another problem that we have. But like try your best to just like burn some, like like invest in quality items and just burn them around your house. And then what you could do is use intentional cleaning with affirmation. I'm extra AF. I love to do all of these things while I'm cleaning. You could say things like, as I wipe this surface, I clear what no longer serves me. And these are all ways to make all of these things really spiritual and just more like intensify the daily routine that we do and make it like a magical cleansing. Another thing you could do is add symbols of who you're becoming. Things like new flowers that you like and new candles that you really into. New colors. What are your new colors? I find that myself, I'm really into neutral lately, and it's something that I used to hate before, but I totally get it. There's a reason why neutrals, yeah, I know my beige people, my beige girly, there's a reason why it's popular, because it soothes your nervous system. So I'm really into this right now, and I'm finding way to add those accents in my life. So like find what color talks to you and try to add a little bit by bit in your life, right? Rearranging furnitures to shift the energy flow. That's something that is really big. I've been thinking about ways to reshift my couch. I still haven't figured it out yet, but these are all ways that you can kind of refresh the energy of your home. And then setting a new intention for the space. Choose one core energy. What do you want the energy to be in? Do you want it to be like peace, joy, creativity, grounding, a mix of various energies, but bring intention to it. You know what I mean? You can place a written affirmation or object that holds that energy in your house. That could be a plant, that could be literally affirmation words that you print to your wall, and then you just like keep changing them whenever you feel inspired. You breathe in. Oh, you make it a ritual, not just a chore. I think this is when I started to really enjoy house chores, because I started really doing everything with intentions, and I'm like, huh, I get it now. Why my grandmothers, and things like that. People like great aunties, they love cleaning because it was their meditation for them. So yes, all of these ways, all things that you can use to bring new energy into your home, because at the end of the day, you deserve to live in a space that reflects your soul. You deserve the best, my love. And all these little shifts create such a powerful energy inside of you that has a ripple effect. And the more intentional your space is, I promise you, the more aligned you will start feeling. Now, talking about alignment, if you wanted to do deeper work, my booking calendar is open. In our intuitive sessions, I absolutely love these sessions. In the sessions, we read your energy. So, in case you want to do that deep dive, energetic work, your home, but also into yourself. So we read your energy centers, and then we get so much insight so you can know what you need to do to realign yourself more. And we get a lot of downloads from your spirit guides, your higher self. Most importantly, I love going into your Akashic records. I absolutely love that. And then this is where we get a lot of insight and we see you, we connect with you on a deep soul spiritual level, and we could see what is the alignment. That way you could align your life as much as possible, because when you on that alignment line align with your soul, this is when life becomes so much easier and so much more magnetic and magical. So on that note, I leave all the links down below, my love. And yes, definitely energy is so important. Energy is everywhere. We are energy. Everything is energy. So do bring that intention into your space and try to find the best way you can to align the energy of your space as much as possible. Now that I think about that, all the content I'm doing is all about energy. Like it doesn't even matter. It's like everything is energetic. And I love talking about this. And don't forget, my love, you are an absolute diamond. And I am sending you so much love. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.